Hey there, welcome to the Vital Blend. I am Anthony, and today I want to let you know why I don't believe in studies, don't care about them, don't think that you need to worry about them either if you want to truly understand how to take care of yourself. Now, you may be wondering, why would I say don't listen to studies? Don't they tell us what we're supposed to eat? Aren't you hanging on every study to figure out what you should be putting into your body? I'm going to tell you why not only shouldn't you focus on studies, among other things, and I'm going to give you something that you should focus on that is more true, a lot more true, okay? You know, when I think about studies, I think about the Joe Rogan podcast. There was a debate there years ago, Dr. Joel Kahn versus Chris Kresser, you know, going back and forth about plant-based diets versus meat-based diets. Which one is better? All I remember from that debate was Chris Kresser whining on and on. Show me the studies. Show me the studies. And, poor Dr. Kahn, way too nice to Chris Kresser. You know, why do I need a study to tell me what to eat as a human being? All right. The answer is that you don't. There's a lot of stuff that you don't need in this world, as a matter of fact. You really don't. You know what you do need to understand? You need to understand the nature of things, the nature of human beings, and how the laws of nature apply to you. Why do I tell you this? Because the laws of nature are absolute. You can't change them. You cannot. You know, we seem to live in a world now where people think that you can just change your nature, and you can't. You can change the window dressing, you can change your mind. You know, there are men that go out to war, they come back, they've lost their arms and legs. They may not feel like men, but they are. There's nothing you can do to change the nature of who you are. And you're a product of nature. So it's in our best interest to understand how we're made. You know, we come pre-built with a natural instinct that tells us exactly what to eat, and also how to fuel our body, and when to start eating, when to stop eating, just like every other species in nature. As a matter of fact, you can look outside your window, you see animals living in nature, in harmony. You know, they get all their food from nature, and they're migrating, they're mating, they're feeding their families, they're looking for food, they're doing all kinds of things just like we used to do outside. We used to be out there with the animals. So if you want to learn about early man, you don't have to read a book or go to a museum. Open your window, go outside and observe. Look at the wild animals. Look at how they take care of themselves. The answers are all there. And you may be wondering, well, how are the answers there? I don't really get it. Well, you say, I need to lose weight. I want to reach my ideal weight and I want to stay there. Well, how do the animals do it? You ever seen a squirrel that was obese? You ever seen birds that were just so fat that they couldn't fly? They can't afford to take those kinds of chances and not eat properly, because their survival, it depends on escaping from predators and being able to get to their food. They need to be able to move around and to be able to get away quickly. It's in their nature, it's in their best interests. Okay, this is what humans need to understand, is that we have a way of taking care of ourselves. We've lost touch with this. We've become disconnected from nature, and the result is dis-ease. You know, when you don't put the right fuel into your body, what happens? What happens when you've got pets in your home that don't eat their natural diet? We see examples of this all the time. Cats and dogs that are overweight, and they're obese, and they get cancer, and they get diabetes, and they get the same things we get. Why? Because they're eating the same things that we eat. They eat the same things that are not from nature. When you don't eat your natural diet, you're headed towards disease. That's why most people are diseased, is because they're eating products. See, when I started learning this stuff, it started to help me to put the pieces together like a puzzle, and I started figuring out, all right, I don't need a study to tell me what to eat. I got to eat like the animals in nature. You have instincts for your food. What would we reach out and grab and put right in our mouth without cooking, raw? It's fruits and vegetables. That's our natural diet. All right. Once you know this, I don't need a study to tell me, you know what? Plant-based diet, it may help with type 2 diabetes. I know this. I mean, I knew this 10 years ago. This has been known for decades. Walter Kempner was reversing type 2 diabetes in the 40s. You don't want to rely on the news, on studies, because they're way behind the times. And you can't beat nature. Like I said, it's all out there, folks. And you need to pay attention to it. You don't need to worry about the dietary gurus that are out there either, the experts. You could spend hours on the internet learning about this vitamin and this nutrient and all this stuff. Why? You don't need to know all that stuff. You got your friends telling you this or that. You don't need to worry about it. You got diets, keto, paleo, GOLO. Which one is good for you? None of them. They're all garbage. Have you tried the eating like a human diet? That's the one that you need to be on, okay? When I learned this stuff years ago, it took a weight off of me, a burden off of me. I didn't have to worry about any of this stuff, the stuff that a lot of people get bogged down with. All you got to worry about is putting the right fuel inside of your body, and it will totally change how your body works on the inside. You know, I've talked about this before too, about how most people, they eat a lot of animal products and they eat a lot of processed foods. These are very acidic foods. It changes your body on the inside, your internal pH. You get parts of your body are more acidic, and you get inflammation and plaque and stones and pain. And then when you start eating more alkaline fruits and vegetables, this dissolves those plaques. It breaks that stuff up. It breaks up the mucus. It breaks up all the stuff that's congested inside of your body. Again, a law of nature we're dealing with here. Alkalinity versus acidity. This is basic chemistry. You can't defy the laws of nature. That's why I like this stuff, is because you're dealing with absolutes instead of dealing with studies and what this doctor says versus this doctor. It's all noise. You have to worry about any of it. Focus on putting the right fuel into your body. Eat for health. Does this make sense? I want to know. Do you have questions about this? Maybe you're sitting there going, yeah, you know what, this does make sense. I need to get back to nature more. What do I do? Well, this is where I come in. This is why I'm a health coach. You know, my goal when I work with people, and I don't work with everybody, but when I do work with people, by the end of our time, I want to take the training wheels off and you know what you have to do. You have all the tools that you need to lose weight, to do whatever it is. You want to lower your blood pressure, your cholesterol, whatever it is. I've given you everything that you need. All right, that's how I operate. But at first, I need to know where you're at. And that's why we have the consult. What are your struggles? What are your questions? We talk about what it is that you need to do to get back on the right path. If we see a good fit and the value in working with one another, then we will. By the end of calls that I have with people, we know whether or not we're going to work with each other and see the value in it. So my contact information's below. They're free. Let's talk. It could be a game changer for you. Have you been able to cut out the noise by understanding your very nature and how it applies to you? Let me know if it's helped you, because it helped me not having to worry about what the best diet is and, you know, what studies should I pay attention to, and are my friends right or wrong? I don't know. Cutting all that out, it helped me to not only reach my ideal weight, but stay there for the past 10 years. These are all, it's not just about habits and about getting the food right. You got to have the right mindset. And when you know the laws of nature and you know the way the game is played, it can really go a long, long way. Let me know what you think. Be sure to follow me on Facebook. I feature stories every day of people putting this very stuff into action, going along with their very nature, eating fruits and vegetables, lowering their blood pressure, their cholesterol, getting back to the ideal weight, the way you're supposed to be. It's not magic. It's not a fluke. This is the way it's supposed to work. All right, follow me on Facebook. Love yourself, eat more plants, and I'll see you soon.